in Paris, France. So it's been a while since I was last here. 5 years ago, maybe. One of the first places I went to when I started travelling. So I haven't been to a lot of Western Europe for a long time, which seems crazy because it's so close to where I am in the UK. But the thing is, it's lovely to be back in some Western European countries. So at the moment it's about 6:30 in the morning. Sun rises in about 20 minutes, but I've decided to get up as early as I can because I want to hit some photo spots. And where I am right now, in Rue de la Université, this place is usually rammed. There's just people here the whole time. It's not the best lighting, but I've taken a couple of snaps. There's a lot of other places I want to see, so I'm going to probably try to hit them. But at least I've got a couple of photos when the street's empty here. I'm at the Trocadero. The sun has just come up. Alright, you can't see a lot of people behind me now, but a bit further down as well. The place is packed. For this time in the morning, 10 to 7, loads of people here taking photos. So I managed to get a couple, but I felt rushed. I know this place is always heaving, always full of people trying to get a nice photo. But I actually thought, coming here at sunrise, that it wouldn't be as busy as this. If you think I've suddenly jumped over to New York, you've been mistaken. So I'm by the Statue of Liberty in Paris. Not quite as big as the one in New York, although I haven't seen that yet. But it's a replica of the Statue of Liberty. Obviously the French gave it as a gift to the Americans, and in return the Americans gifted a replica to the people of Paris. Something in Paris I never had the chance to see last time I was here is the Arc de Triomphe. I've seen the one in Barcelona, I'm sure I've seen another one somewhere, and obviously I've seen Marble Arch in London. So it's a large monument celebrating French nationality, and on it depicts many naked Germans fighting naked French people, apparently. I'm now at Place de la Concorde. So there is a beautiful fountain here, but it's not actually working, which I believe has Greek or Roman gods. Could be wrong about that. And there's this big monument here. So it's one of the major squares in Paris. It was a popular place for executions, and during the French Revolution it was known as Place de la Révolution. I've bought a few different tickets for various places today. Hopefully I'm going to time the places okay and get to see all three of what I've got booked, but maybe not. Let's see how it goes. First stop is Palace Garnier, which is the opera house. And okay, I've never been to an opera ever, haven't been to a ballet, but inside this place is meant to be beautiful. So I've come here just before it opens. I'm hoping I'll be the first in line and I can get some beautiful shots of the inside before too many people start crowding the place. Well, despite there being lots of people in front of me in the queue, somehow I managed to get to the staircase and got a photo with no one on it, and got someone to take a photo of me, which I'm hoping has come out okay. But this is the grand staircase. So this place is pretty amazing. It's really beautiful inside. I haven't got a lot of time in here, unfortunately, because I have to get down to the Louvre shortly. But it's a lot bigger than I realised, so hopefully I will have certain places to myself to get some nice photos. So they do still have live performances, various operas in here. It actually looks a lot smaller than I thought it would look. But I imagine you could still get quite a lot of people in here. for me, what makes this more interesting is that this was the inspiration for the Phantom of the Opera. This is where the Phantom of the Opera's opera house was meant to be. Right by the Palace Garnier, the opera house, there's a shopping centre, which is Lafayette Haussmann. I think I pronounced that right. And the only reason I've come in here is because it's a beautiful domed building from the inside. So I've just got to the metro station by the Louvre, and I've heard that rather than going through the main entrance, which is the pyramid at the top, which is meant to be more spectacular and amazing, but that is where it's the busiest. So by coming out the metro station, there should be an entrance here that is usually empty and there's no one here. I've actually got another half an hour until my ticket's valid, but I'm going to check it out, see if there's a queue. If there's not, see if they'll let me through with my ticket. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm quite surprised because it's Saturday, it's peak season. I know it's still quite early, but yeah, no queue. I just walk straight through. Literally, you go through the little scanner type things where they scan your bag, and that's it. Basically, it's taken me 30 seconds to get through, whereas those poor sods upstairs queuing up outside have probably got a much longer queue. I figure the place where the most people are going must be the Mona Lisa. But I'm also hoping I'll get a chance to see the Venus de Milo, which is also in here. I think it's on a different floor, but I don't think that'll be quite as busy as the Mona Lisa. I think you're only allowed one photo. So it's hoping for two, selfie and a bit of video, and one of it itself, but I'll go with the selfie first and see if they'll let me take a second one. But I don't think I'm going to be able to film any closer than where I am. I only got a very quick look at her, and do you know what? It's really stupid of me, really stupid of me, which kind of says a lot, I think, about phones, selfies, videos, social media, all of that. I was so busy just getting photos, I didn't take any time to appreciate the painting itself. I didn't stand there and have a look at the painting. Even when I was queuing, I didn't even appreciate looking at the real painting. It was like, here's me, here's a selfie of the Mona Lisa. And do you know what? I think I'm disappointed in myself. So I'm heading into the ancient Greek, ancient Roman area now, and on my way to find the Venus de Milo, which is of course a statue of Venus, but her arms are missing. No one knows what happened to her arms, but there are many theories. I think one of the reasons I always like the Greek and Roman architecture or sculptures, statues, the main reason being is because I understand a lot of it. I don't even need to read anything. I don't know if it's going to explain it, but obviously that there is Heracles, and that is the Hydra, the beast where you cut off one head, a new head grows, or two new heads grow, should I say. So that was an obvious one. I think that is obviously Hermes and Dionysus, I think. Could be wrong on that though. Definitely Hermes because of the winged sandals and the helmet. That's Hermes again over here, as you can tell by, or Mercury. Mercury obviously in Roman mythology, Hermes in Greek. What's really interesting is just over here is one I want to check out because it's Cupid and Psyche, and that is one of my favourite Greek Roman myths. Psyche was the mortal lover of Cupid, who eventually became a goddess or a demigod because of, it's a long story, but Venus or Aphrodite was jealous of her for being so beautiful. She was punished, but it all ended up happily, and Cupid and Psyche ended up together. And here we are at the Venus de Milo. It shouldn't be as difficult to get some photos of this as it was with Mona Lisa. Unfortunately, I don't think my GoPro is doing this place justice. The colours I can see on the screen of the GoPro are nowhere near as beautiful as what I can see with my own eyes. So I'm in a place called Sainte Chapelle. I thought this was going to be a quick sort of flyby where I can quickly get in, have a quick look, and check out this beautiful room with all the stained glass windows. Unfortunately, I didn't have a ticket and I had to queue, and I've been queuing for maybe 45 minutes to get in, and it's very busy in here. And here I am at Notre Dame Cathedral. It's very different from last time I was here, all those years ago. I thought it was actually open again now and you could actually go around the front, but it's all blocked off, so it must still be. I know they were still repairing the spire of the cathedral, but I thought you could actually go into the front, but you can't, which is a bit of a shame. Wow, I wasn't expecting this either. So on the way to the museum, well, slight detour, I want to check out this bookshop, Shakespeare and Company. Although I think it'd be more appropriate in London or the UK. It's meant to be a really sort of cool bookshop, but there's a queue to get in, so I haven't even got a chance of looking in there because I just haven't got the time. But I wasn't even expecting it to be that busy. I just thought it'd be a quaint little shop, quite empty, but now it's packed, loads of people everywhere. So all the places that I'm going to see are just, I'm expecting it to be busy, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I ever expected it to be quite this busy. I'm now in a museum known as Musée d'Orsay. I think I've pronounced that correctly. The main reason I've come in here, okay, it looks like there are some pretty impressive things. Again, a lot of Greek, Roman, mythological statues. But the main reason I've come in here is because on the 5th floor there's a clock, and it's the inside of the clock you can see from the outside, and it looks awesome. So that's the main reason I've come here. I'm hoping I can get a good photo. I'm hoping there's not too much of a queue. I'm hoping I can find out how to get to the 5th floor. I've made it to the clock, but I am a bit disappointed. It's just, yeah, I think like any place you have to get here really, really early, or as it's about to close, and I was thinking about getting a ticket before it closed. Don't know how I did it, but I got a photo. So I got a photo, it's a normal photo with no one in it, I hope no one in it, and a nice young girl took a photo of me as well. But as you can see, it's just so crowded, so busy, like everywhere in Paris. But everywhere where I've wanted to get a photo, I think I've been very lucky. We've been able to get one without anyone in there. However, the lighting hasn't always been brilliant. Like first thing this morning, some areas the lighting wasn't fantastic, but do you know what? I've seen a lot more. I've made my way up north a little bit to the area of Montmartre, which I've probably mispronounced again. This is one of the spots that people always get photos at, and it's known as La Maison Rose. I guess the pink house. It looks like quite a nice place, to be honest. And while I'm in this area, there's a few things I want to check out. It's really beautiful here, however, it is way more crowded, like every single place I've been to today. Everywhere I've been to, it's way more crowded than I expected. It's like, you can barely move along these streets. So it's like just chaos. I mean, there are some beautiful streets around here. I think the problem is now, anywhere you go to in Paris at this time of the day, it's what, 4 o'clock I think? Anywhere you go around this time, it's going to be chaos. I think it's now peak crowd time. So like, there's some really beautiful streets, really beautiful shop fronts. There's so many people. This beautiful cathedral is Sacré-Cœur, which I'm probably pronouncing correctly, yes again. But the problem is, it is heaving. It is absolutely heaving with crowds. So I think there's so many things to see in Paris that, okay, you can get up early in the morning or you can leave it till late to see some of these things without the crowds. But if you want to get lots of things into one day, you're going to have to sacrifice it and just have to go to places where there are loads of crowds. And this is the sinking house, which obviously you can see that it's not actually sinking, it's just the way that I've got the angle of the GoPro. Unless this bus was really at an angle. My last stop for the daytime, anyway, is the Moulin Rouge, which possibly I may come back to later tonight when I'm on this pub crawl. I'd much rather see it late at night when it's all lit up, but I have a feeling we may be going past here and get a chance to see it all lit up. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna go in there because the shows are ridiculously expensive, but one day I wouldn't mind doing so, but I think they're very, very expensive. Okay, I lied. Just one last stop, and that is this place near Chad Nor, which I think means the black cat, because there's a black cat. Nor means black. I'm guessing Chat means cat. My French is awful. So this place, it says 1881. So I've been seeing loads of different souvenirs with this black cat on. So I think this is a very famous place in Paris that back in the day was like one of the top places to go to.